It is early on the Saturday morning of June 2nd, 2012. You catch a glimpse of Roy's Lake there beyond the pretty bushes, and we're at Lampman, Saskatchewan. We're actually at Menard, a junction on the Grand Trunk Pacific, the right-of-way of which you see here, which is built down from Regina in 1913 and abandoned in 2009, rails removed. Looking southward over undifferentiated glacial moraine. Behind us is all ridged moraine for a few miles to the north. Looking southeast along the Grand Trunk Pacific's rail bed, that's Highway 361 there beyond the black soil. Looks like they've removed part of the rail bed. And looking eastward towards what is likely the fifth green of the Lampman Golf Course, sand greens. This is the cross on the top of Our Lady of Seven Sorrows Roman Catholic Church. It was likely built in the late 40s, early 50s. The graveyard behind dates from 1945. And here it is here. All the headstones were vandalized a few years ago and have been replaced by these standard headstones. Oh, a Purple Martin house. And full. Nice modern school in Lampman. Kindergarten to grade 12. Serves the entire area around. Here we are looking at the town from the northeast. Oh, American goldfinch. And here's the Canadian Northern Line that was built down from Merrifield. It arrived here in 1909 from Carlisle. Headed on out to Radville, is the end of the subdivision. This is called the Literary Line. All the stations were named after writers and poets. Archibald Lampman was a Canadian poet, lived from 1861 to 1899. There's the UGG elevator in the foreground, and the background, the Saskatchewan Wheat Pool elevator. The former dates from 1928, and the latter from 1951, and renovated in 1975. This is Railway Avenue. There's Main Street down there where the brick building is. This is new construction. Lampman is booming with the oil industry in southeastern Saskatchewan. Here's Main Street, all decorated up for Sports Day today. There's some cable reels set out for the street dance that's going to go on this evening. Main Street is perpendicular to the rail line, as in most prairie towns. And there's the Saskatchewan Wheat Pool way down there, and the former UGG, and closer in. Oh, and there looks to be a Jordan spreader for spreading ballast on the rail lines, stabilize the ties. Don't know when the crib annex was built. Those are 90-ton grain cars there, I think. Station would have stood here, Canadian Northern third class, raised in 1910, 67.4 miles from the head of the sub at Merrifield, about halfway to Radville, the end of the sub. I don't know when that station was sold off and removed. Here's the northern side of Main Street. Looking to the southeast. Here looks to be an old hotel, a bar now. The Lampman Hotel burned in January 24th, 1932. A little bit more the north side of Main Street. Population of Lampman in 2011 is getting on towards 735. The peak population was 830 in 1971. Here's the town hall and the RM of Browning offices. Lampman was incorporated as a village on either August 16th, 1910 or September 13th, 1910. There's a little bit of a discrepancy. June 1st, 1963, it became a town. There was a rural post office established in 1907 to 1910 called Alston, likely in the home of Lazare Cote, the postmaster. Here's the latest Lampman post office. Moved into town in 1910. Lest we forget, indeed. And kitty corner to the cairn is the Legion. Oh, a 1953 Pontiac, and what's that? 39 Chev. Here's the New Faith Lutheran Church. Settlers began arriving in this area in 1890, with many arriving post-1900. Many of them were German, hence the popularity of the Lutheran denomination hereabouts. There's some pretty folk art. And the health center. Somebody's beautifying the town. Here's a close-up of the 1928 UGG elevator and the spreader, and it is a Jordan spreader. And there's the Lewitt train station, which was moved into town. It's now private residence. And looking east on Highway 361, all the standing water makes farming a little difficult in this neighborhood these last couple of years. And beyond the trees is the sports fields and the campground. And the east entrance to town. Ah, good to know. Everywhere you look is oil field industry, lots of businesses to deal with it. This being one of the main ones, big employer around here. And looking at the town from the southeast corner. And these are the cemeteries. Elm Lawn here was incorporated in 1916, although the first interment was in 1912. This is the Lampman Catholic Cemetery beyond. It was used from 1913 to 1950. And here's the Lampman Airfield. Quite a few little hangars there. This is on the south side of town. Elevation is 1950 feet above mean sea level, 594 meters. And looking along the rail line to the northeast, what's now the Canadian National. Right in here was the triangle of rails that connected the Canadian Northern and Grand Trunk Pacific together, and this was called Luxton. And we're looking to the southeast. Oh, killdeers all over the place. This rail line runs down to Estevan through Bean Fate to Estevan. And here's the Blewett train station. Dates from 1911. A Canadian Northern third class structure. Curling rink, skating rink. There's 6 ball diamonds here. Lovely old grandstand. Oh, we missed the hit. And the campground. I would mention that Roy's Lake, so called because it's centered on the Roy family property, is now a huge body of water. It's been accumulating during the rains of the last 3 or 4 years, and now stretches up to Forget, I'm told, about 16 or 17 miles to the north. Lampman, Saskatchewan.